A nimitta of a group of dancing devas. One night, around 3 a.m., when it was completely dark, I experienced a meditative vision, nimitta, of music. It was a beautiful, melodious sound. At first, I thought it was the villagers playing, so I didn't pay it any attention. A bit later, the music grew louder. It struck me that the houses around here are in the forest and mountains, far from developed civilization. How did they obtain such instruments to play? It is probably impossible that the villagers in the countryside will have the money to hire a band to listen to. Then the music became more pronounced, and I listened intently in order to discern the direction of its source. I determined that it came from the west, and I also knew that there were no houses in that direction. From where I was, the nearest house was 10 kilometers away, and it was a large forest with tall mountains, so any sounds definitely would not reach me this far. Then I directed my mind, citta, to the sound of the music. Once I directed my mind, I saw a large palace illuminated with bright lights and decorated with an assortment of flowers. It was very beautiful. The group of people playing the music didn't appear to be human at all. They were a group of young deities, Devaputta, and adult deities, Devata. All of them were dressed in celestial, dipa, garb. They glistened and wore exquisitely beautiful necklaces and breast chains. Men and women were paired off, and they smiled and were cheerful with one another. They seemed to be very happy and enjoying themselves to the fullest. They danced in a graceful manner. I continued to think about where this group of Devaputtas and Devatas had come from. At first, I thought that they were Devaputtas and Devatas from Tavatimsa, the heavenly realm of the 33. All of them were equally beautiful. When the musicians and the group of roughly 200 who were dancing had had their fill, they adjourned and departed. After contemplating, I discerned that they were the tree-dwelling deities, Rukkatevata, that resided in this large forest. I could remember the direction in which they lived, so after eating my meal, I walked over to where they had been playing. I remembered the entire site. I saw a large, leafy tree whose leaves provided a thick canopy of shade. I told the villagers, "Do not cut this tree no matter what. It is the site where Devaputtas and Devatas come to play. At the arranged time, they will convene here to play, as is their custom." These celestial beings still possess defilements, kilesa, desires, tanha, greed, anger, and delusion, just like we humans do. If they are displeased with humans, they will make humans sick to the point of dying even. What we call ghosts are of this same group. At times, they transform into celestial beings, and at times, they are ghosts. It is just like with humans. At times, we are devatas or manusa devo, one with the body of a human and a mind of a celestial being. Manusa peto, one with the body of a human but a mind of a hungry ghost, peta. Or manusa tirachano, one with the body of a human but a mind of an animal, tirachana. A single human is capable of being a celestial being, a hungry ghost, an animal, or a demon, asurakaya. What someone is can be discerned from their behavior and actions, or you can observe yourself. What are you? In Buddhism, we do not favor the term ghost, but opt to elevate them and call them celestial beings, devata. For example, Rukka devatas are celestial beings that reside in trees. Pumatat devatas are celestial beings that reside in caves, abysses, or on the ground. And Gehat devatas are celestial beings that reside in people's houses. How do celestial beings live in people's houses? I will presently relate a historical account. During the Buddha's time, Venerable Sona was a student of Venerable Mahakachayana. A group of 5 monks had gone to disseminate Buddhism in the countryside. There were people who wanted to take higher ordination as a monk, upasampata, but there weren't enough monks to carry out the ordination. So, Venerable Mahakachayana sent Venerable Sona to seek the Buddha's permission for a monastic community, Sangha, of 5 to be allowed to ordain monks in the wilderness or in the countryside. Venerable Sona had a natural talent and could sing intoned recitations, sarapanya, very melodiously. After Venerable Sona finished paying his respects to the Buddha granted permission for Venerable Sona to share the Buddha's hut, kuti. In the evening, the Buddha had Venerable Sona perform an intoned recitation about the Dhamma. Once Venerable Sona finished, the Buddha expressed his appreciation, anumotana, and said, "Sadhu, Then, celestial beings from all over joined in expressing their appreciation, each saying Sadhu in succession. There was another group of Devatas called Gehat Devatas, residing in Venerable Sonat's mother's house, who similarly said Sadhu in unison within that house. Perplexed, Venerable Sonat's mother asked, "Who is saying Sadhu to me here? Why is it that you have never said Sadhu to me before?" The Devatas said, "Honorable Mother, we are Devatas. The Sadhu that we said was in fact for Venerable Sonat, your son, because Venerable Sonat is resting in the Buddha's kuti and has performed an intoned recitation for the Buddha. The Buddha said Sadhu and had rejoiced Anumotana, so we Devatas, wherever we may be, are all joining in saying Sadhu together." Venerable Sonat's mother asked the Devatas, "When did you come to live in my house? And for what purpose are you living here?" The Devatas replied, "We have been living in your house for a long time now. We came to live here because it is warm and comfortable. Plus, we get to receive merit, punya, and virtue, kusala, because you pray and practice mental cultivation, pavana, every night. We feel comforted, happy, and pleased to rejoice, anumotana, with you every night. We request to continue to reside here in your home forever. We will protect you and take care of you so that no evil befalls you. No ghosts or demons will do anything to you. May you grace us with your benevolence, metta, and permit us to continue to reside here forever." After hearing the Devatas say this, Venerable Sonat's mother gave her consent for the Devatas to reside in her home. She prayed and practiced mental cultivation and dedicated the merit and virtue to the Devatas on a regular basis. The home was filled with happiness and bliss. No disasters, ghosts, or hungry ghosts, Beta, could ever come near the house. After reading about Venerable Sonat's mother, let us take after her example and endeavor to train ourselves to do chanting and practice mental cultivation on a consistent basis, as well as regularly uphold the 5 precepts, Panchasila. Once someone possesses morality, Sila Dhamma, the scent of morality, Sila, and righteousness, Dhamma, is bound to have a fragrant aroma that scatters in all 4 directions, both along the ground and into the air. The Devatas will want to approach and be near you and reside in your home. Wherever those who possess morality live, ghosts will be unable to come near because they will feel agitated and bold. Within the house, there will be happiness and prosperity. No disasters will come near, as the Devatas will help take care of you and your family to ensure your eternal happiness.